Jesus.
Yeah. No, that's just very important.
Chris Rolfe, 540 shot against him, and nobody was nice enough to bring him to KY Jelly either. He's just taking it.
Yeah,
and I remember Jason Sauter years ago. It wasn't that many years ago, but I think he had over an 800 set and went like 1-4.
Wow.
And there's not much you can do about that.
That would be very frustrating for me.
But going back to the.
Where you at? Okay. So you're what, 1 and 2?
But going back to the intermediate bowler thing, if anybody's watching this and you think you want to join the Pop Whitten Pro Tour, this is the perfect tour for all skill levels, because there's a lot of really good bowlers that are scratch bowlers now that use this to become scratch bowlers. They were once POA bowlers. They entered this tournament over and over. They became better bowlers. They became scratch bowlers because of this tournament. 2-1.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that, everybody gets better the more they bowl. But I'm trying to find one like Greg Boyle, for instance. I know he wasn't always around 125, 130, whatever he is now. There's a time we were all lower. When I stopped bowling 12 years ago, Matt Kruger was only around a 120. And look at him now. He's shining.
Yep. The more you do it, it doesn't not that it always works like that, but you have to keep doing it.
You put the work in, you will get better. The pins may not react better, but your balls will get better.
I started bowling this in 2007. And after a few years of bowling in the Pop Whitten, I took about a 10-pin jump. And I credit the Pop Whitten. I put the work in on the side, but I credit the Pop Whitten tournament for putting me at that level. Started off as a high 120s bowler. 5 or 6 years of bowling on this tour, I became a high 130s bowler.
Yeah, it will definitely do it. It'll teach you a lot. And you won't even realize that you're being taught. You just start doing it. And Haley with almost a backdoor strike there.
And Haley is 2-1 here after that slower start. You saw her come on at the end of that first game. A strong second game. Won a close game the third match. She made the brackets her last tournament.
And at 2-1, she's headed that direction again.
To make a bracket in your first ever Pop Whitten tournament, that's a big deal.
Was that her first one?
That was her first one. Yeah,
that's huge.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, that's very huge.
Most bowlers in that situation, you're glad to make it to Sunday, and and whatever happens. But for her to take it to that next level.
Oh yeah. Yeah. First tournament, you make the bracket. I can remember my first Pro Tour at Rivera Bowl. Yes, I said Rivera Bowl. Long ago that was. And I made my first cut. And I went in there Sunday. I went 1-4. My only win was Winnie Shriver. And of course, I had the low game that he had that day. But I'll take it. But you got to take it when it comes. If you bowl good enough and you make that cut, you have to take advantage of it. Show up Sunday, ready to go.
And you have to be good, and you have to have timing to help you out. You have to. Who you're bowling against that day matters just as much as the scores you bowled.
Oh yeah. That's like these tournaments, like the December tournament, all the team tournaments, they're great. But there's a lot of bowlers that are better at one-on-one than you are in a team.
Greg with a really good mixer there.
Greg has bowled and organized plenty of team tournaments, and he's won a few.
And see, that's what's great about this.
But he doesn't have a start.
Some months, though, that's what's great about this. It's like So you have Greg in the mix. You have Mike Manns in the mix. David and Nick. You got guys that give back to the game so much that qualify this weekend. So those are guys that I kind of root for because they do so much for the game behind the scenes.
Yeah, you always want to see those kind of guys doing very well. Yes.
When you get guys like that give a lot back to the game, not that you don't root for the other people, but you tend to root for them.
Oh yeah, you always want to see them doing better. Mike Manns coming up here for an early double. And there it is. There's the double.
The double starter is, as we mentioned, it's huge in match play, psychologically.
Yeah, it is. And that there looked like it. I mean, it was a good ball, but it almost left the 10 pins.
Except for when I did it to Lisa and it pissed her off and she beat me.
Yeah, I mean, you always have those days. But I'd rather be you and piss Lisa off than to be her husband like the first game.
Well,
she really took it
the way I look at it is John Huber's a smart guy. That's the way that I look at it. Because if my wife bowled competitively and I were to beat her, that wouldn't be very smart.
Well, this is true. This is true. He does have to ride in the car.
When you have to live with the person, it's just a little different.
Yeah, you got to go home with her, so you at least got to make sure that she wins that game.
I think if it came down to a final, though, I'll just take the punishment.
Yeah, I would have to at that point. I would have to just
get the win, take your medicine.
Yeah, I'll get somebody to drive me home.
Trying to think if we've ever had a spouse final. I don't think so.
Oh, well, we're talking about POA bowlers making the brackets and all.
Yeah, Mr.
Button
had a couple of runs there.
Prime example right there.
Yep.
Making POA and making a run in the bracket.
Well, what do they say not just in bowling, but in all sports, the most dangerous guy is not necessarily the guy that's good, but the guy that thinks he's good. Because when you think you're good on that day, you are good.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you can be as good as you tell yourself. But on certain days, like Joey Sears walked by, he started off yesterday with 6 out of 7 strikes. He had an open in the middle of them. 6 out of 7 boxes to start the game, and you have strikes.
The game is fickle like that.
I didn't see where he put the ball, but that's a great start if you ask me.
Mike with nearly a triple. Looked like it shot what, right behind that 10 pin there.
But I'd still take a single all day.
Great, keeps a little bit of pressure on Mike.
You got Dave Hughes over here with a triple against James.
Dave's first ball has been tremendous. Mike, no problem running it down.
Yeah, Dave's got a quiet triple over here on 21 and 22.
Double 9 make it for Mike Manns.
Better ball than that. Right in the bucket. Do it really well on that one. So Elliott off the side and leave the same break as hell.
The other thing on Sunday is, some bowlers bowl on Friday, some bowl on Saturday. So as you go along Sunday, you wonder about the fatigue factor. A Lots of time.
Don't do that.
Lots
Don't
of
do
time.
that.
Look forward.
Don't do that. Okay, we think she's having deja vu from first game.
You want
Can't go backwards in this game.
Nope, you have to look forward. And that's even if for the good that you've done too, you have to look forward.
Oh yeah. Jason's all over bottom up there.
Jason. Another example. Jason's another example. You don't have to overthrow the ball to get the bench to move. And Jason's really good at not overthrowing it. He lets the ball do a lot of the work.
Yes, he does. And a smooth ball too.
Nice and smooth, and you notice on that second step, he has like a slide step, and that helps him gather his timing and helps him not rush the line so much.
Yes, it does.
Me, even being a taller guy, I have a little more aggression, but what Jason does is really repeatable, and even on slick surfaces. Mike leave the head
with a four-bagger over there now, Rick. See,
4 in a row.
He's got a four-bagger.
He has tied a world record for 4 frames.
That's right.
No one in the game ever has had a more productive first 4 frames, except for the other guys that have done it.
I think the most I've ever seen in a row was 7. Most I've ever seen. Most I've ever had was probably 5.
Well, Mike Mann's the guy bowling right here. I've seen him start off with 8 straight, 8 in a row, and married. I ended up a 255 game, but to start with 8 in a row, like in my game here, my 250 here, I had 8 in a row, but it wasn't to start. It wasn't to start the game.
Right.
Mike's was the start. So you get to that, you get to 7, 8 in a row. You start thinking about the record a little bit, and if you're not human.
That's very true.
Because you get to 8, it's like, okay, if I throw another one here, I'm going into the 10th with a shot at that thing.
Yeah. Joe picked up a strike, but Haley answered with a good shot on the spare.
And Mike just rolling along. Craig Boyle putting up a gallant fight.
Another good ball there.
Richie Schmidt with the 7-10. Richie coming back from some knee issues. He's missed some time over the last few years with some bad knees, but he keeps coming back. Formidable opponent against anybody.
Oh yeah. Richie's been around for a while. Another one knows a thing or two.
Mm-hmm.
He's seen a few things around here.
We got a good match right here.
Yeah, Greg against Mike.
Greg's doing enough here to keep the pressure on Mike, but Mike keeps answering. You wonder if Mike's going to go on a run here. You got that first star. A lot of times you get that first one, you go on a run.
Yeah, you kind of do. And he's bowled well.
Oh,
another crusher.
That's not fair. Wow.
He's in the zone right now. Like there's no going away from it with Mike. So unless Greg throws a couple to puts them together, that's not gonna do it there.
Greg's gonna fight you tooth and nail every ball. So we have David coming up here. David coming up here in your right hand picture, going for number 5. So we'll see what David does here. And
2 on it. But that's okay.
2 on the 4-bagger, but that's okay.
That's okay. You get
He gets
started
the
off with 4 strikes.
he gets the full count from his triple, and then he still can move some pins around here and save.
Twice he gets that.
Not what he was looking for there, but a nice cushion to start off.
Oh yes. It's alright. And he's got one more ball to clean some of them pins up, and he still got 105th. He's still got 105th no matter what.
So for the viewers, I'm curious, can you see the scores on the telescore? It's harder for us to see them, but can you see them on your screen?
I'm trying to keep everybody updated, but it's a little hard for us to see too.
Solid 4 lead for Jason.
There are quite a few bowlers down this end of the bowling alley. It looks like they're bowling really well.
They say this is the better side of the house. I don't know if there's like a bad lane in here or anything like that.
I'm not sure that I believe that, because there was 540, 30, 31, and 32 at Southwest. I don't know why, but they've always been my favorite.
Mike locked in here. Let's see.
Like lock,
Goes a little heavy. It's still
wouldn't be surprised
well
if he's still
makeable here for a bowler of Mike's caliber and the kind of ball he throws. Very makeable.
I definitely would not be surprised if Mike didn't slide us over and make it. Seems to be in the zone.
Overshot a little bit. That's okay.
Just a little, but it's still not a hurt.
That's a good start. That's a good start for Mike. But Mike, the competitor Mike is, you want to get a mark in every frame. That's the game's not like that. But when you're a competitor of his level, you want to get a mark in every frame.
Mike is definitely very competitive. I will say that.
Hallie with a beautiful ball.
So my mom is at my dad's baseball game, and she sent me a picture. She's on her phone watching me and watching my dad's game. And
That's awesome.
She's like, every frame she runs to my dad and tells him what I did.
Well, that ball turned nicely. I didn't think that had a chance, and it came back. I don't know if it's even going right now.
It's showing over here. We're all good.
Okay, 'cause this was kind of.
That one looks like it's freezing a little bit. Is the screen freezing for you guys a little bit? We've got 2 screens.
Let us know
right
if your screen is freezing up. It's higher, so the bite rate is higher. So
grab David with the ball.
when he bowls, we'll get his attention.
And we'll make him aware of it, and we can take care of that.
And you will keep. Yeah, you even see the viewers going down, so it's got to be. It's probably freezing up and people are dropping out. So we'll get. I gotta go to the bathroom anyway.
Go ahead, you're good. You'll be all right.
Yeah, because when you see that dropping, that's usually why. When it drops that much.
Yeah, it's just going down.
Let's see how my boys do.
Go ahead. We got a close game with Greg Boyle and Mike Vance here. We got 97-6 for Greg and 115 for Mike. David. Looks like it's freezing. The viewers are going down. Looks like it's freezing on that screen, but this one's not.
It should be fine.
It
It was probably just a hit of lag. Actually, it's probably just refresh this page.
kind of what it looks like. It would be lagging, but I didn't want to mess
Yeah,
with
it was just a tiny hint of lag there. It's fine.
Okay.
Actually, might have DC'd. Yeah, it might have actually DC'd and came back. It's fine. I hit that earlier. We'll have it up now.
Okay. Cool. We just had David come and fix the stream for us, so in between his frames. And right now, I can see a lot of bowlers are right on the head pin today. They just throwing great balls being thrown by everyone. John Green with another bottle in 21. John Green's another one. When he gets hot, then he's really he's gonna go throw some strikes, high scores. He's got a lot of action on that ball for him. He's doing very well today. How did he get? He already took over. Yep, we're all good. He just had to refresh it. Dropped another strike. He's got 125 plus. Jay Boyle's 107 plus in the 7th. That right there is going to be a great match coming down to the wire.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. That's good.
And like the viewers want another double. Let's see if Mike Vance can keep up with it. You know. So Mike, the viewers want another double, so let's see what he does here. He's been all over the pocket the whole game. And Greg Boyle leaving a split up there. Just not very good, but he's going to try to make it. Any shot can be made. You just got to play the wall. And Mike Mans with another ball. Great ball. And he got it. Mike Mans delivering with another double. I asked for it, and he gave it to me. Greg Boyle with an open frame with 123 in the 8th. And Mike has a commanding lead. Joe Elliott. Great ball for strike. Across the right in the pocket. Elliott's trying to build a comeback. Keep balling. A couple more. Got 7 on that one. At 88, so she's down 5 pins. She has to make this to keep pace with him. Shooting her wood. It's left 97 to 103 plus for her against Joe. So that's not that far out. Down six pins and a hit. Jason Sauter is at 13. Come on, Richie right now. Where'd you leave the single on there? David Hughes getting up. Ready to throw another one. Not quite the spot he would have liked to, but you know, he's been on all day. He was on all day yesterday. So all you gotta do is look at it. Yeah, that'll make it. Here's the slaughter, 117 plus. Richie's 104 in the ninth. And then it looks like we have John at 127 plus on 21. To Brian's 112 in the eighth. James is 123 in the eighth. To David, who's bowling now. He's going to have 130 something. And Mike Mans drops another strike. There is another one. So a triple now. He has a double and a triple in there. This match is well out of hand now. Mike Mans is on 200 watts. Great bait is fair. He's down so much at this point, but it's just not going to happen, folks. He's just too far down at this point. I just don't see it happening. But we'll see what we got. And the nose going up. It's a good ball on it. Frame in this fourth game.
See if I got anything sent to me yet.
For the stats. I'll just call up the division leaders here.
Yeah.
For Division A, we have 2 2-1s. Nick Lloyd and Matt Kruger. Oh, Danai McClay also. So 3 2-1s. Division B, we have 3 2-1s. With Joey Steers, Phil Dix, and Mark Klingelhoff.
We have a battle there. Wow.
Yeah, that one will be. Division C, we have 2 3-0s. Mary Schrieffer, 525. Lisa Huber, 491. Oh, Lisa slacking that last game.
Yeah, but we have 2 500 sets in that division. Poor John Huber with the 505 1 and 2. That is rough.
Yes.
Oh,
that's
man.
very rough.
But Berry Street for 525 for 3.
Division D, we have Jason Mulligan, Colby D'Antonis at 3-0. Nobody else is within 2 games.
They're almost guaranteed a spot. It's just which one is going to be.
If they win the last game, they're definitely guaranteed.
They control their own destiny. It's just a matter of which one's going to win the division. Let's look at Mike here on a triple real quick. We'll get back to the scores.
He's on 200 watch right now. One more will definitely seal the deal.
Overshot it and gets away with it.
He's got it. He's got the
4-bagger.
He's got the 4.
So what's the highest that he can go right here?
235 is Mike will cap out.
235 potential right here.
235 right now.
Already looking at
he's got a 195 plus in the 9th right now.
Yep, the 200's locked up.
He's got a 200 in the bag. 200 in the bag.
Most importantly, the game itself locked up.
Yes, the game is well under control for Mike.
Greg just ran into the wrong guy at the wrong time.
When somebody throws a double and a 4-bag in the same game, you cannot compete with that.
Yeah, you're not gonna.
That's 6 strikes out of 10 frames. You're just not gonna do it. But back to your division leaders now. You got Division F. What do we have on that? Division F, you have David Hughes and Mike Cavo and Mark Behrens all at 2-1.
Great game for Greg.
Division E, I'm sorry, I skipped it. Walt Brooks is 3-0. Greg Burdick is 2-1. Division G, you have Kylie Sellers at 3-0, 373.
Oh, you Duckman people!
Colby D'Antonis.
Colby dropping by to say hi.
Colby, you got like 700 yet? What are you doing, bud?
Look at Mike right here on the 4-bag.
Oh yeah, shooting for 235. And here's the last 2 division leaders here. Check who we got on the last 2 divisions.
Let's see if we can go 5 in a row real quick. We'll get right back to this.
And we go with the holiday 5-pack.
And another one for Mike.
And there it goes. Mike is just
number
in
6.
the zone. You know, when he threw the first one, he walked by, and I said, Mike, you know, the people want to see the double. And he's well exceeded the expectations of what we asked for.
And he'll still be thinking about the one that he didn't mark and wondering what it could have been.
He's thinking, hey, I could have had 7 right now. You know, if that the one in the 6th frame would have
So he said he can. So with the strike here, he could get to 235.
235. 225 plus this ball. That's a good place to do that, Mike.
Yep.
232.
232 for Mike Mans. What a run there.
232. Hey, Greg, blow another game. You got a shot.
On another game, a 160 something would be just fine.
Yeah. I mean, he had a 160 shot against him. He shot a 5-bag at 232. His opponent had 162 and didn't have a shot.
And was never, I'm not going to say never in the match, but after the fourth frame was not in the match.
No.
They were 160 something.
No, Mike had 4 marks in the first 4. Greg had 3, and he was nowhere close.
It's, as we say, so much of this is who you bowl.
Yeah.
You could throw a $112 to win a match. You could throw a $160, $170 and lose the match.
Marty Barnes in Southwest had 330 for the first 3, and he was 3-0. Just any day.
I did.
Now he's going to lose by 10.
I threw the ball so well. It doesn't matter.
So it that good the next game, and it'd be different. Just win. All you gotta do is win. The name of the game on Sunday is win.
Yeah, there's no style points, although Mike Mann just had a ton of style points on that one.
Yes.
It still counts for one win, but
Yeah, there was a lot of style points.
Mike made that stylish.
Yes.
And we talk about having the big pocket there, and on that ball, even a couple of his lighter hits would still turn into big hitters for him.
Yeah. Oh, and we also had another 200 they just announced. Buddy Turner with a 207 game.
Yeah, the pins are flying here today. There's no doubt about it.
Good thing there's no high game pot today, because if I was Buddy, I'd be really mad about that. Shoot a 207 and you wouldn't win high game.
Yeah. Or the ones where you get paid for second place. 207, $6.
Yeah, that one. That'll do it. $6 for your 207, yeah.
Or what if Buddy would have bowled Mike?
Oh, wow. I would have been even more mad then.
Oh.
So 207 and lose.
You wonder in history if that's ever happened. If a bowler's thrown a one-on-one game and thrown a 200 and lost the game. I've never seen it happen, but I'm not going to say that it's never happened.
I don't think I've ever seen it either, actually.
I've never seen it happen, but it doesn't mean it hasn't happened.
Right. I mean, I'm sure it's probably happened somewhere. The 10-pin, I know it's happened. Duck pins,
I mean, my personal high for losing a game is I lost to Mark Klingelhofer 200 to 181. That was my personal high for losing a game.
and even that's bad enough. Like that probably made you really mad on that.
We both marked through 9, and he doubled in the 10th, and I ripped the middle one in the 10th. That was my one open. But I can't imagine throwing a 200 and losing.
No,
Now, your team losing, you throwing a 200 happens.
I have done that at Hillendale. Some people probably don't even remember that place.
I'm in the winning in against Mark.
Winning in against Mark. You're both winning in?
We're both 3-1.
3-1.
Is there any chance for somebody to take over one of your spots?
Maybe
Or are you,
Mike. I don't know.
or are you two guaranteed top
No,
two?
Mike's 2-2. Mike's 2-2. James is 1-3. Greg should be 1-3. That leaves Kobo, I believe, in 2-2.
So it's only out of you and who, Greg? Or Kobo? You and Tavo?
Yeah, he's 2-2.
What is Mark again?
Mark's 3-1. We're both 3-1.
He's 3-1. Okay. So
That's a win in India.
Yeah.
And that is going to get funky for someone at 3.
Yeah, I mean, pinfall would be a
But
factor then.
That's what I'm thinking.
But you both control your own destiny.
You should have control of pinball no matter what. Won't comment, no?
Did you see what Mike just said? He wins. He just threw it 330. 32.
Oh my God. I thought you were talking
If it
about
gets to a 3-way, he's going to get 1.
Oh, yeah.
Got too many pins. If
Yeah.
it gets to a 2-way,